Alright, so here's our surface mount spigot for the IG railing. This job we're going to be doing them in black. The kit right here, it's going to come with a skirt, it's going to come with a spigot, and then it's going to come with an accessory pack that has shims in it. So it's got plates and shims that we use to level the glass. You're also going to have a lighting kit. It's going to be in another package, so I'll stir those up, because when we do our holes for our surface mount spigot, we're also going to want to make a hole in the center so we can run our lighting cable up. As we install the spigots, we want to stub those lighting cables through. Here's the skirt. So after we put our bolts in, we will drop this skirt over, and it's got plenty of room for clearance. Super clean. So it's just gonna, just like that. And as we install, we will use square as a guide, but our pre-drill holes will really align that to sit exactly where we want it on this parallel line right here. This is what's most important, because if you just pull your spigot off the front of your nosing, your nosing's got any sort of variance in it, it's going to make it harder to adjust your panels to be in line. When you put your spigots in perfect parallel line, it's going to make it much easier to level all the panels and get them all to tie together nice and straight, so when you look down the top of it, it's money. Alright, here's your next step, is going to be our lighting kit. So this kit right here does up to 30 lights, so 15 panels. So what it comes with is your lights. These install into the spigot, drop down through the hole. You have your extension cable, or as they call it, extension leads. So these are the leads that get you from the main harness to the light. And this has drops off of it, like T-drops. So there's going to be one end that's a home run. You can see that there's flexibility in the spacing, but what will happen here is when we're working with these small panels, this will actually get tightened up inside. We'll do a wrap on it so we don't have messy excess wire. So we'll space these properly for the spigots, and then have the little extension leads off of them up through the deck, and they'll hook into the lights and the spigots. We also have a power supply and a controller. So this is your controller that will enable you to turn it off and on, also to change color patterns, and it's also Bluetooth. So the whole kit, everything you need in the box. Right now we're combining the first two components, which is the spigot and the lights, or the lead. We're putting these extension leads on them prior, so that way we can just feed them down into the hole that we drilled through the framing. You know, the most important part of any surface mount railing is that you have the proper substructure underneath to pick it up. You're following the manufacturer's guidelines. We see that a lot, where guys will just run a single flat block and they bolt their railing into it, and it's just not sufficient to hold all that weight. The force that can be put on a 36-inch to 42-inch high railing as a lever is a pretty good amount of force. So you want your framing to be correct. It's really important. We'll get through this, we'll get all these lined up, and then we'll start installing. Go into our spigot, and then it's just got those two clips that strap right in. We'll feed that down through there. We're going to keep our adjuster screws on the inside. And that's it. Go ahead.
All set?
Yeah, go ahead. It's only half installed, and these things are like. All right, so next step, we got the spigot bolted down. We're gonna take our skirts, drop them on over like that. All right, next step is gonna be our shims. So we got this insulator pad and this U-pad. This has a block in it that these tensioning screws, these clamp screws, go up against this metal block. It kind of sits right in here like that. Little T-handle. Just let these guys out. These come with a shim pack. So you got thin guys. Then you have your adjuster. This is 1 millimeter, it's a wedge. There's 1 millimeter facing that way and 1.6 facing that way. So you can use that to wedge the panel if you need to make an adjustment for height. This spigot has a clamp, it has 2 set screws. This kit has a plastic insulator for the glass panel with a reinforced metal plate that these set screws can clamp down. That goes in there like that, and then you have 2 straight shims and 1 pitch. This is 1 millimeter on this side, 1.6 mil on that side. So you can use that to correct your panel when you're tightening it down. So for now, we're just going to leave these shim packs here. We're going to put 1 insulator in each one of the spigots. Before we do that, we make sure the bulb is sitting down tight. Take our shim packs. In a perfect world, we want 1 of these on each side of the panel. But what we're going to do is we're going to set the panels, and then we're going to slide the shims in. So it's easier to get it in by just opening up that, sliding the panel in, and then you can add these shims. One of the misconceptions for glass rail is how fragile it would be. These 1/2-inch panels, as long as you don't smash them with a hammer or drop them on a corner, will not break. The way we're going to want to mount them is with the logo facing in on the bottom corner. So they have a glass identifier with the brand logo. So we're going to be picking them up from the top and placing them where they go. Yeah, just take it in. It looks phenomenal. We're gonna let the sun set here. We're gonna get some night shots, show you guys what this lighting looks like once the sun starts to go down. But it's really incredible. Looking forward to seeing this thing get furnished, get landscaped, and get enjoyed. So.